Blessings to you all. Shalom. I've been sitting here really trying to better process how people respond to those who receive revelation from God, but they didn't receive it. You know, I'm highly bothered as a result of, we sit here, we talk, the church, naturally, we're called to encourage one another. Father says, for he has given gifts to his children, right? And so as a result of that, when Jesus came and began his ministry, he didn't want to be seen, right? He didn't want to be seen, but he wanted to make sure that they knew the word was out there. And so, although he knew he was bringing truth, he also knew that they would struggle to accept it as well. See, I believe that God is still the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. I don't believe that he's changed. I don't believe that he's stopped writing. As far as I'm concerned, he called his angels to write down everything that he's seen. And Father's called it to be so. I mean, is it not so that when Father seen our unformed bodies and covered us in our mother's womb, wasn't it in that moment when Father wrote our whole lives out? So I gotta believe that as we still keep coming into this world, our lives are still being written. There's still, the book is still being added to. I mean, I can't believe that all of a sudden that people come into the world and that God just stops writing about their lives. And that he set each and every one of them here for a purpose. Now, the major focus here is all about the saving grace of Jesus. No one, neither one of us would ever have the ability to share about his goodness, his grace, his salvation, because see, naturally, we all have been saved by grace through faith, right? And not by anything we've done, right? He's given it to us as a gift, so none of us can boast about anything in which Father has given us. And that's just it. See, the struggle that we have is this, it's not so much people boasting, but it's something about how they reveal what Father has revealed to them that bothers others, or the fact that Father is revealing things to them and not to others. And so you find that people are, brothers and sisters are being against one another because they're not being blessed the same way that others are being blessed. See, Father has called each and every one of us for a purpose. And there is nobody's purpose any less than any others. We've all been called to do something specific. But the struggle is that we, unfortunately, we tend to step into, the wrong gifting. We say to ourselves, well, he's being a pastor. I think I should be a pastor too. Or if a man has led me to, all of a sudden I've received some understanding. I want to teach somebody some stuff. But Father hasn't called me to be a teacher, then I'm in the wrong gifting. Now, if Father has given me a word, I'm to share the word, not to teach it to anyone. To reiterate what Father has already said. See, that when Father has brought a word somewhere, he's brought it into a land because he has acknowledged that there's a truth that's lacking. I mean, we sit here, man, we have multitudes of denominations. We disagree on what color toilet paper we have. God hasn't called us to do that. When he came, he told us to love one another. I mean, that's why Jesus came. He came to show his love. His sacrifice on the cross was that. It was that. His love. The love of a brother laying down his life for another. I mean, this is not about us boasting in anything. I mean, Father has made one a teacher. Father has made one a preacher. Father has made one a seer or a prophet. Father has made one with the gift of hospitality, the gift of healing, right? But all of a sudden, if you reveal that you've healed somebody, if somebody was suffering and Father's giving you the ability to lay your hands on them, but another person doesn't have that same ability, they may just decide to become your enemy. I'm noticing a lot of that these days. You know, we're struggling to accept what Father is doing in the lives of one another. How many one another's has God called us to do for one another? Love one another, encourage one another, come alongside one another, support one another. But the church, we're not. The church is struggling right now. I mean, we need to stand up. We need to raise up. We come on, everybody. Stop sleeping. Stop slumbering. There's something going on in the spirit. Do y'all not see what's going on? When Jesus came, it was at a time of great tumult. Okay? At a time of great tumult. This was a time when the Renaissance period of establishing, changing faces and repainting things, and books was written here and books was written there. And he was telling everybody that, hey, listen, wolves and snakes are going to come into the church after me. They're going to start messing with the word. They're going to change things up. He said, if I come in my name and if I come in my Father's name, you accept me not. But if another person comes in their name, you accept them. Makes me wonder. Come on, man. We struggle, man. We want things to look the way we want them to look. We want things to be said the way we want them to be said. We struggle to allow people to be who they are. We want to mold them, man, into this perfect image that we see them to be. I mean, why do we do these things? I mean, Father said judgment comes to the church. He already knows what's going to happen to the wicked ones. He tells us not to worry about them. His greatest conversations is about how we treat one another in the church. He talks about they will know us by our love. For if we can't even see the love for one another, they surely don't see the love that we have for each other. What are we doing, everyone? Are we going to continue to beat our wounded? Father, again, he said, I didn't come to give it to the wise. He says, I've come to take sight from those who see and to give sight to those who don't see. I've removed wisdom from those who are wise to give it to the babes. That's what he said. The ones who are laughed at, talked about, the ones who get so excited to share what the Father is doing, but are put down and oppressed, talked about, and pushed aside as if it doesn't matter. The children of God are sheep, man. sheep sent before the slaughter. So we have to ask ourselves in our hearts, who are we against? Are we against each other because of what they have and what we don't have? Or is it deeper than that? Are we against one another because of our heart condition? That's where it all lies. See, if you have a problem with your brother, if you have a problem with your sister, Father says, leave your gift at the altar. As if saying, remove it from yourself and go to the one who you have an issue with and make it right, to love. He said only the heart of a child shall get into heaven. A child cries a lot. A child has questions a lot. A child has a wonderful, deep imagination. A child seeks to find. A child does struggle to wait because the child is so eager to receive. Man, may it be, y'all, that before we sit and question or judge one another, that we will first question and judge ourselves. Love y'all. God bless.